How's it going? This is Sherrod, Innovative Immigration Law, where we discuss everything there is to know about the extraordinary ability visas, which are usually P1s, O1s, and EB1A. And this time we're addressing a question from a potential client asking, why do we always advocate for sports organizations to have an O1 visa holder within their personnel? And it's really simple, but it's complicated. But it's simple because of the way that we structure our O1 visas, okay? So P1 visas are most appropriately associated with sports because they're for competition. But whenever we can, we like to put people in O1 visa categories. And it's because when structured properly, you can do a lot more than just compete on that O1. Say, for example, we do visas for world champion boxers such as Tyson Fury and Canelo Alvarez. Especially Canelo has a lot more business that he does in the United States than just compete. He also owns restaurants, he trains, he does movies, he has a lot of activations with partners such as Hennessy, and he has his own promotional company. And the thing is, when we use the flexibility of work with authorization within the O1 category, we can say in that itinerary that he'll be doing all these things. And the great thing about it is if you do that in athletics, you can get essential support staff to help you with those activities. For example, we have his wife on an O2 visa so that she can run his business affairs and represent him on his behalf. We also can get it for coaches. We can get it for nutritionists. We can get it for restaurant operators if he's opening a restaurant. We can get it for people that design and buy clothing for his apparel, so forth and so forth. So that's why we always like to have an O1 when possible with sports organizations, because there's going to be a lot of times where they're going to want to get staff or talent that can get a P1 or an O1 visa on their own. The essential support staff visas, that's the O2s, have a much lower threshold of what type of talent you have to get one. And the other thing is, we can apply for multiple people on the same O2 petition. So if you have an athlete or an executive that has an O1, we can bring an entire staff of 20 people under one O2 filing and have them all ready to go with the same length of time, which is usually 3 years, as the principal O1 visa holder. Now, this is all predicated on the original principal O1 visa holder's application being structured properly. Usually, if it's an athlete that's a world champion, or if it's an executive of a large organization, that could be the national team of Uzbekistan's boxing. It could be the manager of a promotional company that's based in Germany, so forth. But once we have an O1, that's where we can say they're a foreign employer. So we have a petition in the United States that will serve as agent for the visa application only and make it specified that the person actually getting the visa is self-employed, which means that you can really open up the itinerary of what they'll be doing, and then in turn, be able to support a lot of purposes in essential staff visas under O2. So 1, the O1A has greater work flexibility. 2, when it's structured properly, you can do a lot of different activities on that same visa. 3, if you do it as a U.S. agent for self-employed foreign employer, you don't have to have a lot of authorizations from third parties in the United States to get an itinerary set, meaning that you don't have to go get contracts from other businesses in order to get the visa. You can do it based on the things that you plan to do when it's done properly. And of course, 4th is that you can get a lot of O2 visas without the hassle of having to prove an O1 or a P1 or apply for everybody individually. So if you have any questions of why your organization needs an O1, don't hesitate to contact us and we can have an executive strategy session that's not for your visa, but planning years into the future of how you can basically plan your whole enterprise, not one, but all of them, your whole empire, using the O1 visa to build it off of. Innovative Immigration Law, we'll talk to you soon.